Sri Sai Ram. We have discussed about relations, various types of relations, problems related to relations, and now we are moving forward to the second subtopic of this chapter called functions, types of functions, etc. But before we go to types of functions, we are already familiar with what is function, which you have studied in 11th standard. So let us recollect that particular definition of function. The definition says, in a very simple terms, if you have to remember, function is a subset of relation. Earlier we said relation is a subset of Cartesian product. In the same lines, we can say function is a subset of relation. What does it actually mean? It only means that every function is a relation, but every relation need not be a function. Now the question comes, which type of relations are functions? In order to understand that, let us look at the definition of function. The definition of function says, a relation R from set A to set B is called a function if every element of set A has a unique image in B. Such relations are called functions. So in this definition there are two significant terms. The first word is every element. In set A, no element should be left out. In relation it can be left out. It is not necessary that from set A every element should be related. But for function it is compulsory that in the domain no element should be left out. That is the first condition. The second condition is it is uniquely related. One element should be related to one element. If one is related to two elements, then it is not a function. It is just a relation. So these are the two basic things which you have to remember. Every element of set A means in domain of the function, in the first set no element should be left which is not connected. Second thing, it should be connected uniquely. One element should be connected only with one element, not with more elements. Many elements can be related to one element, but one element of first set should be connected only with one element of second set. Just take a small diagram to understand. All of them are relations. Why all of them are relations? Because elements of first set are related with the elements of second set. But all of them are not functions. In order to know whether it is a function or not, check two things. One is every element of set A. So if you look at the first diagram, every element of set A has image. So this relation is a function. Look at this. Here one element is missed out. So it is only a relation, but it is not a function. Come to the third diagram. Again we find that only first two elements are related, one element is left out. So this is also not a function. Come to this one, we find that here every element is related. So the first condition, based upon that we can say. Second condition he says is unique image. Every element should have a unique image. Means one is related to this, this is related. So one element is not related with two elements. Now let us say for example, here in this particular diagram, I will put like this. So what happened? The first element is related to two elements. So in that case, we say it is not a function. It is a relation. It is a relation, but it is not a function. Look at the fourth one. Each one is related only with one element. So first one and fourth one are functions. Second one and third one are not functions. Why second one is not a function? Because domain is not covered. Every element of the first set is not having image. Why third one is not a function? Because one element is related with more than one element. In the same time, third element is also left out. Both the conditions are not satisfied here. Here one condition is not satisfied. So these two are not functions, whereas these two are functions. Now if these two are functions, they have got special names. What are the special names? The fourth one is called, this particular function is called 1, 1. What do you mean by 1, 1? It means that every element has got a unique image. Whereas this one will be called many one. Why it is called many one? Because more than one element is connected to the same element. This particular one, what we have done here, now let us say in this we add one more element here. This is called many one. In the same time this is called into. What do you mean by into? The elements in the second set which are connected form the range of the function. They are called range. Set A is called domain, set B is called codomain, and the elements which are connected in set B, they form the range. So here we find that the range is not equal to codomain. When range is not equal to codomain, the function is called into. Whereas if you look at this function, you will find that all the elements in the codomain are connected. Means what? The codomain is equal to range. So this function is called onto. When codomain is a subset of, when range is a subset of codomain, it is into. When range is equal to codomain, it is onto. So putting things together, what we call it? This particular function is called 1, 1 onto. Why 1, 1? Because each element is independently connected to different elements. So it is 1, 1. Why it is onto? Because all the elements in the codomain are part of the range. Means codomain is equal to range. Whereas this particular function is called many one into. Why many one? Because more than one element has got same image. So it is many one. Why it is into? Because there is one element left out, which is not the image of any element of the first set. So it is called many one into. So actually we have four different things which we have discussed: onto, into. When it is called onto, it is called onto when codomain is equal to range. When codomain is not equal to range, then it is into. 1, 1, many one. 1, 1 means what? Each element is independently related to independent element. Many one means what? More than one element is related to same. So we will now come back to various types of functions which we are studying in this class. All this we have discussed last year. So this is just a revision of what you did. Now we come to types of functions. The first definition is about 1, 1, which we have already seen with the help of diagram. If the function is 1, 1, it is also called injective. If the function is onto, it is called surjective. So what is injective? A function f from set x to set y is said to be 1 1 if each element of x has unique image. Each element has got different image. No two elements have got same image. You can actually put it in bracket. No two elements have same image. No two elements have got same image. Then it is 1 1. The second definition he talks about, means once again we can have simple diagram to understand the concept. Let us say this is set x and this is set y. This is related to this, this is related to this, this is related to this, and it can also have an element which is not the image. So this particular function we call it 1 1 because each element is independently connected to different elements of second set. No two elements have got same image, basically that. So the function is said to be 1 1. Come to the second definition. The second definition is about onto. When do we say function is onto? For example, this one is not onto. Why it is not onto? Because every element in the second set is not having pre-image in the first set. This element is left out, which is not connected to any element. So it is not onto, it is into. When it will become onto? If you remove this, this became onto. So how do you define onto function? If each element, here we said of x, now here we will say y. If each element of y has a pre-image in x. Each element of second set has got a pre-image in the first set, it is called onto. In other words, in a more simpler way, we can say that when the range is equal to codomain. What is this domain, codomain? Now let us say for our understanding sake, here we wrote 1, 2, 3, here we wrote 2, 4, 6. And if you make a set, we will say the set is 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. This is the function. It is a relation and this relation is a function. So what do we find here? 1 is connected to 2, 2 is connected to 4, 3 is connected to 6. All the elements of x is called domain. X which is equal to 1, 2, 3 is called domain of the function. Whereas y is called codomain. What are the elements in y? We have 2, 4, 6. And what is the range? Range means the elements which are images. So range for this particular diagram is same 2, 4, 6. So we find that the elements which are images and the codomain both are same, so the function is called onto. If they are not equal, it is called into. Club both the definitions. Here we said a function is said to be 1 1 if each element of first set has got a unique image. Then the function is called 1, 1. Here we said from x to y is said to be onto if each element of y has a pre-image in the first set. Each element of y, no element should be left out. Then we say that the function is onto, means here codomain is equal to range. Club both of them. We come to the next definition. What is the next definition? A function is said to be bijective. Bijective means it is 1, 1 and onto. A function which is 1, 1 and onto is called bijective. A function which is 1, 1 and onto is called bijective. This is for our understanding. This is how we understand and apply when solving the problems. But the working rule is slightly different. Suppose if he gives a problem and he says that prove that it is 1, 1. We don't go by this definition, neither we draw diagram. So what do? You simply pick up any two elements. I am writing here, we will say if x1 comma x2 belongs to a given set, instead of if, let. If f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies that x1 is equal to x2, then f is 1, 1. This is the formula which we are going to apply while solving problems. We don't go back to definition, we don't go back to diagram, we apply this. Means what? We simply pick up two elements, find out fx1, find out fx2. Generally they are not equal. Suppose if they are equal, then it must imply that both elements are also same. Unless two elements are same, their images cannot be same. That's what we mean. So we can say that the function is 1, 1. How do you prove function is onto while doing problems? What we do is, we will assume y is equal to fx. Then express x in terms of y. Express x in terms of y and then find out f of x. If this comes equal to y, then we say it is onto. So this is the second rule. What is to be done to prove function is onto? Take the function as y, generally it will be in terms of x, convert it x in terms of y, and in place of x, substitute that value, you should get the answer y. Then we say that the function is onto. So let us go to some problems. First problem, show that the function f from R to R. R to R means set of real numbers to set of, here it is x to y, sorry. Sorry, R to R. R star to R star defined as fx is equal to 1 by x is 1, 1 on 2, where R is set of all non-zero real numbers, means all real numbers except 0. Why that exception? Because x has come in denominator. If x becomes 0, it becomes not defined. So R star is set of non-zero real numbers. It is set of non-zero real numbers. So let us read the question once again. He says, show that the function f from R star to R star defined as fx equal to 1 by x is 1, 1 on 2 we need to prove that it is 1 1 on 2, where R is a set of non-zero real numbers. Then we have a second part of the question. We will go to the second part after solving the first part. So what is the first part? We have to prove that it is 1 1 and on 2. How do you prove it is 1 1 and on 2? Just go back to that working rule. What is the working rule? We assume two elements of the set. So we will say let x1 comma x2 belongs to this particular set of real numbers, and then if the definition says if f of x1 is equal to f of x2, we are assuming. By assuming this, we should conclude that x1 is equal to x2. So substitute what is fx1 in place of x. If you write fx1, you will get 1 by x1 is equal to 1 by x2. Do cross multiplication. This will implies x1 is equal to x2 for all x1 comma x2 belongs to the R. So R is 1 1. Why it is 1 1? Whenever fx1 is equal to fx2, we concluded that x1 is equal to x2. Means what? We know that in the set x1 and x2 are two different elements. Suppose they become equal, then only the images can be equal. The images fx1 and fx1 will be equal only if x1 is equal to x2. In other words, each element has got a unique image. If each element of set A has got a unique image, we know that the function is called 1 1. Now come to the on 2. In order to prove it is on 2, we said that the working rule is let y is equal to fx. And what is fx? It is 1 by x. Take fx as y. Then what is to be done? We said write x in terms of y. So what do you get? You get x is equal to 1 by y. Now find out f of x. F of x will be f of 1 by y. What is f of x? 1 by x. So in that you substitute 1 upon 1 by y, which is nothing but y. So f of x we got it as y. See, this is what we are supposed to do. Conclusion, it is on 2. So R is on 2. Hence R is 1 1 on 2 function. So the given function is 1 1 on 2. This is the first part of the problem. Now let us look at the second part of the problem. What he says, is the result true if the domain is replaced by n? If the domain is replaced by n and codomain being the same. The relation was r star to r star, both were non-zero real numbers. Fine. If you replace the domain with n, means what? Now we are talking about a function from n to r star. He is asking, can we say that the function is 1 1 on 2? We have to check. How do you check? When you take numbers in the first set, you will be taking natural numbers. You don't need to take negative numbers, you don't need to take fractions, you will only choose natural numbers. Okay? So if you do that, once again we can say that if x1 comma x2 belongs to n, if f of x1 is equal to f of x2, you get the same thing, that is 1 by x1 is equal to 1 by x2, which will imply x1 is equal to x2, and you can say that, so f is 1 1. F is 1 1. Each element has got independent image. Is it on 2? What does R contain? Tell me. R contains natural numbers, integers, rationals, irrationals, everything. So it is something like this particular set has got natural numbers, this particular set has got real numbers other than 0. Now let us say here if you have 1, here if you have 2, this also has got 1, this also has got 2, but in between you also have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.5, etc., etc. So what do you find? You will find 1 has got one image, 2 has got another image, but there will be many elements in the second set which will not have pre-image in the first set. Let us say for example 1.5. 1 upon 1.5. 1 upon 1.5 will not have pre-image because 1.5 is not a natural number. So we can say that if we replace the domain with natural number, it is going to be 1, 1, but it's not on 2. So how do you write it? We will say for any element you can take, any decimal number for 1.5, for 1 upon 1.5 in codomain, there is no pre-image. There is no pre-image 1.5 as 1.5 does not belong to n. 1.5 is not a natural number. So 1 upon 1.5 will not have a pre-image in the first set. So it is not on 2. This is how we solve the problems. Let us move to the next problem, which says prove that the greatest integer function f r to r given by fx equal to greatest integer function is neither 1 1 nor on 2, where x denotes the greatest integer less than or equal to x. Very simple problem it is. We do not need to solve in details. Just by discussion you can conclude. This is the third problem of the textbook. He says, prove that f r to r given by fx equal to greatest integer function is neither 1 1 nor on 2, where greatest integer denotes the greatest integer less than or equal to x. Denotes greatest integer less than or equal to x. In order to solve this problem, in first place you need to understand what are greatest integer functions. If you understand the function, then it is very, very easy. So what is it actually? Greatest integer function basically means for any value. Now let us say you have got several values 2.5, 2.9, 2.7. For all of them are equal to 2. Even if it is 2, it is equal to 2. For any value from 1.0 sorry, from starting with an integer, let us say 2, from 2 to 2.99, the value of the function is 2. So, we need to prove that it is neither 1, 1 nor on 2. Very simple. Whenever we want to deny, one example is enough. So, take any two values, what we were discussing only. Let x1 is equal to 2.5, x2 is equal to 2.9. So, what is the greatest integer value of x1? It is 2, and here what is it? 2.9. x2, its value is also 2. Means what? 2.5 and 2.9 both have same image 2. Both have got same image 2. As 2.5 and 2.9 have same image 2, so it is not 1, 1. Now, how do you prove it is not onto? We can very easily say that the function is from R to R. The codomain is R. So, it has elements. Same thing you can take, it has got elements 2.5, 2.9, 2.7, etc. But only 2, which is an integer, is an image. It is something like this. This is one set, this is another set. Let us say this is R, this is also R. Just for our understanding, let us say we are taking the values. Let us say this is 2.5, this is 2.9, this is 2.7, let us say this is 2.2, etc. Here also we have got, let us say this is 2. Here also we have got 2.5, 2.9, 2.7, 2.2, and also it has got 2. So, the greatest integer value of 2.5 is 2. 2.9 is also 2. 2.7 is also 2. 2.2 also 2. 2 also has got this. Look at the diagram. Only 2 is the image, whereas all the other elements are not images of any elements. Means what? The range consists of only integers, and integers are subsets of real numbers. Means in other terms, the range is a subset of codomain, so it is into function, not onto function. So, we will write that as the range consists of integers, and integers are subset of R, hence R is not onto. So, the greatest integer function is neither 1, 1 nor onto. With this, we complete this particular session, and in the next session, we are going to solve problems upon functions, various types of functions. Most importantly, bijective functions. A function is said to be 1, 1, then it is called surjective, injective. The function is onto, it is called surjective. If the function is injective and surjective both, we say it is bijective. Most of the problems in the exercise are based upon bijective functions. So, we will continue this in the next session. Thank you. Sai Ram.